Kobe, do you know why you got to sign a waiver?
No, Barry. Why?
Because liability's a bitch. This isn't a well written movie, but the dialogue is.
I right. That's a good line.
Oh, man. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Boom.
A theme music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the fourth week of Halloween month. Woo! I hope you guys are making sure to keep up with our TikTok where Colby is doing a bunch of drinks for all of the movies that we're doing.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, it's the what is it? The first two videos are out, or
Uh, uh,
I know the barn
yes.
is
By the time that this posts, well, maybe we might have three up.
good. Oh man, but it's been pretty exciting. We've been getting to watch a bunch of movies this month as always, and a lot of underrated ones. And I feel like this movie that we did for this week could be sort of underrated, but I think it definitely had its audience.
Yeah. No. This was totally fit the theme.
I know, but like you haven't seen it, right?
I have not. No.
Are you surprised at yourself?
I liked it. It's actually got a little bit of budget behind it.
It does. But before we get to tell you what the movie is, we gotta go to our Rhyme Fest trailer section. Woo! All right. Wide spaces getting loud. Too many faces in the crowd. All can go wrong during All Hallows Eve. Don't know who's an employee or an enemy. Will this be the most terrifying one yet? Let's find out in 2018's Hellfest. I don't know. I was gonna be like, terrifying one yet.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about the 2018 film Hellfest. With the only girl I really recognize is the girl with the short hair.
Okay. Okay.
I always feel like she was in the Scream television series,
Oh, yeah.
which I have like this guilty pleasure for that show. I don't know why. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It
I don't
totally,
think I have.
yeah, it totally has zero thing to do with the original movie, except that like, oh yeah, do you want to watch a scary movie or whatever? Or like, what's your favorite scary movie? I was like mixing up the Saw with Scream.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, besides that, it's its own complete storyline. I actually kind of enjoyed it until they stopped the original and then they just went on to like some random new one and then they finished it off with like a TV movie.
Mm.
Yeah, really weird route to go, but no, yeah. I mean, did you ever see the trailer for this movie, Colby? Like, do you remember it coming out in
I do.
2018?
I don't remember seeing anything other than the mask. Like the mask was certainly like, oh, I remember when this movie came out.
The mask
But
kind of
that was
reminded me of the illustrations of Dear David, which it was like this internet horror story from like a writer from BuzzFeed that took the internet
okay.
by storm for a little bit. But one of the things I do want to say before we start this, like you mentioned the mask, is I feel like if you're going to have a mask slasher, the mask has to be like iconic to me. And this one kind of felt like a little plain.
Okay.
How did you feel
Okay.
about the
I can
mask?
see that.
How did you
Like
feel?
this was like the henchman to the main bad guy kind of mask.
Yeah, it's like the putty, the putty to the Rita.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, let's start this movie. This movie starts off maybe a year prior, where we have a little flashback of what's gonna happen in the future of a girl and her friend going through like a haunted house, like one of those theme park haunted houses in Orange Grove. And
Right.
they get separated at some point, and one of the girls is just like, I think she feels kind of over it. She's just like, I'm tired of being like jump scared. Can we just go? But she
Yeah.
gets
Yeah. Because I mean, you can get like that. Like, once you get enough people, I've done haunted house, like lots of haunted houses. Once you get enough people jump out, you're just kind of like, okay,
all right.
that's enough.
I think I've only ever done like one haunted house, and I was just like, this is not for me. This is definitely not for me.
We used to have the little theme park that was the MGM theme park.
Oh, the circus one.
No, MGM used to actually have a theme park. It's
Oh,
now where like Top Golf is.
oh wow, I didn't
But
know
they would go pretty hard for Halloween, and I remember a number of years going there,
that. Oh yeah, I
and
was
that was
never.
a lot of
Yeah.
like the beginning of this,
Oh, of the horror
like when they first
life.
got to the Hellfest,
Yeah,
like
okay.
it was like that with a lot of like interactive people just trying to spook you.
Getting a little too close, but no, yeah, and so like yeah, this girl, she finally gets like maybe she gets caught into a dead end, and all of a sudden, one of the supposed employees come, and she's like, "All right, dude, come on, can like, all right, you're freaking me out. You did your job. Can you like please show me the way out?" And it seems like he's gonna be helpful, uh, until he pulls out a knife
Like, right.
and completely just like we don't get to see the kill for this one because the next thing that you see is her body hanging from this horror house, and it
Yeah.
fits with the decor, so nobody knows. Which is like a classic. It's like a classic. What's it called? Urban legend, right?
Right, right, right. Because I remember hearing about, and again, like it might be, like you said, urban legend,
Or
but I
real?
remember
Yeah.
way back when hearing about somebody getting killed in a haunted house, and like they were there for like 2 days
Yeah, they didn't
before, like
notice
they
until the
like they
butt,
didn't notice it was like a prop, not a prop until it started smelling.
which is the same thing that happens in this one. So we fast forward to a year where someone is knocking at someone's door, and oh gosh, I need to actually get the characters, the names for these characters because I kind of want to like do that. So yeah,
So Natalie's the main girl, and
yeah,
Brooke's her best friend.
yes, Brooke is her best friend with Bex Taylor Klaus. And yeah, okay, so yeah, Natalie comes home for the weekend, to visit her best friend Brooke. And as she comes into the house, she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, so it's been so long. You always say that you're busy." And so we don't really get too much history into that even later on to the movie why she's always away from home as much or why she's always kind of curving her best friend, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, as soon as she comes in, she gets kind of blindsided by Taylor, who is, I suppose, Natalie's bully from high school.
I, yeah, just to somebody I guess that she didn't click with.
Oh,
Um, because like I was like it went in through my head like my wife's got like her best friend, and it's the same best friend she's had since like grade school.
yeah.
But on their block, there was like the other girl who was always like, no, your best friend, she's not your best friend, she's my best friend. So even though like I don't, it's not that they didn't get along, but they like always competed over like the best friend.
Oh, so the best friend was like in the middle.
Yeah. And she's like, hey, no, it's cool. I like both of you guys. Don't fight over me, kind of thing.
She kind
Because
of
it's really
secretly
easy to
loved
say
it.
that, like when you're like, everybody wants to be your friend.
Yeah, she secretly loved it. But no, like Taylor doesn't really seem like trying to vie for best friendship, right? She's just like she's Brooke's roommate. And I'm pretty sure like in high school, Natalie and Brooke were like, "Oh, we're going to after high school, we're going to move out together and we're going to, go to college together." And sometimes those plans don't really hatch out.
Right. Yeah.
But Taylor has a pretty annoying nickname for Natalie, which is grade school. Did you catch the reason why?
I heard her say, I don't know why.
Yeah, I thought that was very weird. She kept calling her grade school, but I
I
honestly,
just kind of like I said, like with the other story, it was like, I think that they just, maybe that's where their little rivalry
mm,
started, was way back in grade school.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I would have been annoyed. I would have been like Natalie and kind of annoyed as well. But like you can't really have any say because they're roommates. So like she's paying half the rent. So
Yeah, true,
and
true.
you're the one that left. But no, Brooke brings Natalie into the bedroom, and she's like, they're catching up a little bit, and they're talking about, oh, hey, like we're gonna go to this amusement park later. You should definitely go, cause guess who's gonna be there? Gavin. And he's like, I want Natalie to sit on my face.
In not so many words, but yes, that
Yeah,
was pretty much what
that
she
is
said.
that is the one I remember the most. And Natalie's not opposed to it. She's like, he didn't say that.
Or did he?
Yeah. Exactly. And so she's like, like, come on, we're gonna go to Hellfest. It's like this huge thing. Like, it's been sold out for weeks, and Gavin got us VIP tickets, so let's go.
Right. And he even asked if you were coming, so he got an extra ticket, for you to go.
Exactly.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. And so like yeah, so like later on that night they meet up with everybody. They meet up with Brooke's boyfriend Quinn, and they meet up with Taylor's boyfriend Asher, played by Matt Mercutio, who's I believe Filipino. Gotta shout out the Filipino actors. I'm gonna be so sad if he's not. um yeah, and they're supposed to meet up with Gavin. And so this movie is actually pretty straightforward. They do just it's a very cat and mouse type of movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no. So they all meet up. They get into the park, and they're enjoying like little bits and pieces of the park. But then Natalie is kind of a downer for this whole situation. How do you feel? How do you feel about Natalie's like whole attitude towards this whole thing?
Yeah, yeah, like she definitely seems like the party poop.
Exactly, because
Um, and I mean, like, Gavin's trying.
mm-hmm.
He's putting the moves on. He's trying to like be like, okay, well, so let them have their fun. You can kind of come hang out with me over here.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
the
like
little bit less outgoing of the
of the
of the
bunch.
guys as well. So, we'll just kind of hang in the back.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's definitely like Taylor is like, I
super
I
horror.
just yeah, I just want somebody to stab me, please.
Oh,
Just like,
pretty much her same
I want to
character
go
in
to the part
Scream,
of the park where they can touch you, and I want a story out of this night.
right? And like any like obviously like me and you, we also love horror as much too, and so like even though I don't really like going to these kind of places, I was like, all right, let's make the best of it and kind of just go crazy with it.
Right, right.
But she's kind of like a pooper about it, like the group does split up a little. Well, before the group does split up, they talk about like we got to go to Deadlands or Dead Man's Land.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the spot where like people can like you have to sign a waiver to get there, and people can kind of grab at you. They can touch you. These a lot of these things are not good, are not things that I would agree to. It's like no one's touching me. I will punch you back. But before that,
Well, you could because it used to be different. Like they used to be able to like reach out and grab you. Now it's like they can't really touch you.
because
But if you
liability's a
sign a
bitch,
waiver and you know that, they're gonna grab at you as you run by, then it's
then it's okay. It's
yeah.
a-okay. But before that, the group does split up a little bit. Like everyone has sort of couple time. So like Brooke and Quinn go hang out.
Yep.
Taylor and Asher kind of make out and try to find like spooky things because they're like the spooky couple.
Yep. Yep.
And Gavin
Oh,
and
yeah.
Natalie.
And if there wasn't a Gavin, how fifth wheel would Natalie have been? She was
Yeah.
already the sour puss. She would have been terrible.
Yeah, but like so like they go hang out. Like a lot of this is us following Gavin and Natalie. He's not very good at like the carnival games.
Very bad.
Yeah, like listen, those carnival games are meant to make boyfriends look foolish,
Right, but he is
determined.
yeah, he is so bad. It's like it doesn't even look like his attempts are. Yeah,
Yeah, they're not great. They're yeah, it's $50 down the drain, honestly.
yeah, yeah.
Spend that money on a date, bro.
Right.
But the girls meet up again to like kind of give the guys a little bit of time before they go to Dead Man's Land. And so the girls go into a haunted house where, like obviously Natalie is kind of like getting spooked, but she's getting tired of getting spooked. And oh, I'm sorry, before the girls actually meet up to go into this haunted house, you see the killer from the beginning of the movie at the park. And
Yes.
he overhears Natalie calling one of the employees a freak. And it seems like it's a trigger word, right?
Right.
And for somebody that's maybe like a little socially inept and but like loves Halloween and stuff and probably has a huge love for that and but being called probably it's one of his trigger words of like growing up he's like yeah, oh look at the Halloween freak
Right. Yep.
and so he kind of like almost locks his target onto Natalie until like these two girls bump into him and call him like weirdo or something.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. They're definitely like, oh, come, I'm done with you stupid people bumping into me.
yeah.
You're not even scary.
Oh man, and that's not what you want to tell anybody that
Right.
loves this. And so like, he kind
Yeah.
of switches targets. He's like, "Oh, well there's only two of them, so let me go ahead and wipe this one out." And so as the three girls go into the haunted house, they're going room to room, getting freaked out a little bit until they run into the detention room where one girl comes running in and she's absolutely freaked out of her mind. And this is kind of like his like this is his savannah, right? He's the lion and this is his like fields
Right. Yep. Yep.
because everybody's obviously running around being scared, being freaked out, and so the three girls think this is just a whole play.
Right. And I like that's what he loves is like amping, like it seems like he's amping the fear up till like
Yeah.
because at the beginning, like you're like, no, he's an employee.
Yeah.
And then it's like, is he just an employee? Is he like an employee that's taking his job way too serious? And there's like, oh, maybe he's just psycho.
Yeah. These all these park attendees are just gazelle. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
buffet.
Right.
And so like yeah, like the girls like the girl that walks in freaked out, she hides somewhere, and then he comes in freaking out, the kind of like just staring at these three girls, and Natalie is like, "Okay, your target is right there."
Uh,
Outs this
Yep.
girl, and he drags this girl out, like kind of like pushes her onto the floor, and has his knife, and the two other girls are like, "Okay, this is God, this is I don't want to watch this. This is like
Right. Right.
going a little too far." And Natalie's like, "Okay, if you're gonna do it then."
Totally.
And he does it, and I think there's a lot of like voyeurism into this, like not like from his point of view, but like our exhibitionist, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you want to watch? All right, you little freak. All right, let's you can watch me kill this girl." And so he does, and it's like, and she kind of like is like, that looked a little too real.
Right. Right. It's almost you kind of get in her, like in her gaze, that it's like is this real?
Yeah. So she kind of goes, she stumbles out of the haunted house a little freaked out. But now that our Hellfest killer is sort of like, oh well, I already got rid of the two girls. Now it's time to lock on to this group.
Right.
And so
Next.
and so as
Next target.
yeah, as Natalie comes out, she's like, "That was really fucking weird. That was just like way too real. Like, can we just go?" And so as they start leaving, our Hellfest killer is out there just watching Natalie like leave.
Yeah.
So and they're like, "All right, let's go to Dead Man's Land." Woo! But Gavin's like, "Oh hey, before that, I gotta go do something real quick. I'll meet you guys there."
Well, but even before
Oh,
that,
oh sorry,
they're like,
yeah, the kiss.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's all like, "Hey, there's a little photo booth. We should go take a picture." And he gets in there, and then he's trying to get his Mac on.
Yeah, they do. They finally kind of like finally break this sexual tension,
Yeah.
and they
But as
do.
the thing is taking pictures, um, her friend uh, Brooke
Mm.
Brooke looks over and she sees
Oh
the
yeah,
masked man walk up to the photo booth and take their pictures out of the little slot and like walk
yeah,
off with them. And she's like, I'm not playing that. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
yeah.
That's not scary. That's being a jerk.
And come on, as a person of color, right? The first rule is to never or like go into a dark corner by yourself. I was like, Brooke, what are you doing? Come on, we don't do
Right,
that.
right. I don't like it. He goes into like around the corner, and it's like, is it like petting zoo? What is like? What's going on over here?
Right? It seems like something like the employees would only go to, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Quinn kind of drags her away. Like, what are you doing? Let's go. Like, whatever. It's just a photo. It's gone. Whatever. And now this person is gone too. Let's just go to Dead Man's Land and just go about our night. Some
right.
people are jerks. Whatever. Like we're not gonna get into a fight over a photo. I'll give Gavin the $5
I,
type of situation.
exactly.
So yeah, like and then Brooke was like, "Oh, I kind of just scared him away, but I couldn't get your photos back. I'm sorry, guys." And it's like it sucks because that is like Natalie and Gavin's like first little kiss,
Right.
and they got to do the photo booth thing, so it's very cutesy. But yeah, so they go towards the roller coaster ride that's supposed to take them to Dead Man's Land, and Gavin's like, "Hey, hold on, guys, I gotta go do something real quick. I'll meet you guys there." And Gavin tries to go back to the booth, and
Right where he was playing very poorly.
yeah, failing miserably. And he's like, "Come on, man! Like, I gave you $50. Can you please just give me this freaking toy, this stuffed animal that cost $250
Yeah, yeah.
wholesale? Like, please." And the guy's being kind of a jerk. He's like, "Oh man, nah." I can get in trouble, bro. Trust me, the money side would have been totally fine. But he does hear somebody say like, "Oh yeah, they keep all the stock in the lockers."
Yep.
And then like, can you describe what happens in this?
Yeah, so Gavin's just like, well, I'm gonna go steal one then. So he kind of like sneaks around through like the employee door and he finds the locker room and like he starts looking through the locker. He sees a bunch of these like little stuffy things. He's trying to pick out the one that he thinks she'll like. When he closes the locker, the mask. What do they call him? The other.
Oh, the
The
other.
other is standing there,
Yeah.
and he's all like, "Oh, man, you scare me." And then he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Okay, get out of my way." And he like tries to leave, and the other just kind of like keeps getting in his way.
Yeah, he does the little Stewie Griffin thing when he's buff. He's like, "What? What? What?" And he pulls out the mallet, right?
Yeah,
Or the whatever, the sledgehammer for the carnival game.
for the ring the bell carnival thing. Yep.
And he, man, he jabs this guy in the throat, and he falls to the
Yeah.
floor. And he sets himself up for this, right? He puts his head on the mallet game.
Right.
And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite kill in the whole movie. Because, like, yeah, he swings it down and completely
Right.
obliterates this guy's face.
Yeah. And practical.
Yeah, what I was mad about, though, is I was watching this on Peacock because I have Peacock.
Mm,
And as soon as, like, his head is about to hit the mallet, or the mallet is about to hit his head, it goes to commercial.
commercial break.
Yeah, it goes to the ad break, and then it comes back right after he kills him.
What?
Yeah, and then so I tried to rewind it so I could see the kill, and it
Yeah.
totally skips it. I had to like go on some some just random site to just see this kill. I was super upset.
I was also watching it on Peacock, and let me tell you, way more commercials than our friend Tubi.
All right, and I pay for Peacock. I was so
Yeah,
upset.
and Tubi seems to like place the commercials intelligently, where
Right?
this is like much more haphazard, like
Uh,
the countdown it is, and now commercial. Like,
yeah, I was so upset, but I think I just like I caught it on some other site, and I was like, finally. And like yeah, and so like the group gets to Dead Man's Land. They sign the waiver. This is where we get our opening quote, where like
yeah,
Natalie's like, they make you sign a waiver, and then Taylor's like, yeah, because liability's a bitch. And they take like this short little train ride to Dead Man's Land, where Asher puts his hand in some like prosthetic body. He was trying to get like,
right.
what was he trying to grab? I forgot.
Well, because it's the map to the mazes, and you're
Oh,
like, oh, you have to reach your hand through this guy's gutty stomach to get the map.
listen, they need to set like, I know this is 2018, so they don't have any like hand sanitizer set up,
Yep,
but
you're right.
I'm not walking around with my like forearm sticky the whole night. It's like, don't like, it's one of the worst feelings of having to like walk around with like being sticky.
Yeah, right. Because you just know everything's going to stick to it.
Ugh,
Besides being sticky, now like the dirt's going to be there,
yeah.
hair.
Just anything that can stick
Yeah,
to you will stick to you. And yeah, and so
yeah,
like the group, they end up going to like one of the haunted houses, but now the other is slowly going to start picking off this group.
yeah,
And
yeah.
unfortunately, the one that they get to first is Asher, who by the way, is another person of color. But he kind of gets separated from Quinn during the whole thing where Jesus, like at first, like it was Quinn and Asher that they were paired up together going through this haunted house, and he kind of tries to take a needle off one of the actors.
Oh, right, right. Oh, yeah, well, real quick, and before they like kind of go into the haunted houses, Natalie's like, where the hell is Gavin?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, no, he really likes you, so he went back to see if he could win you the stupid thing
Yeah.
at the game, and he's really bad. So it's probably going to be a minute before he's here, but he'll catch up. And so it's like
Yeah.
it's a good excuse why
Gavin is taking a
they're
while.
starting to like disappear. It's not just like
Yeah. Honestly, like, if I was Natalie, I'd be like, Gavin, can you just like save your money? Like, it's
right,
fine. We
but
can
she
go to
does
Spirit
text him,
Halloween.
and the other has taken his phone,
Yeah.
so
Uh,
he texts back.
yeah.
And
Like,
so she's just like, oh, of course, he's coming.
yeah, she's all giddy about it. She's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. He's trying to spend another $150 to try to win me this $2.50 toy."
Yeah, little $3 doll. Yeah.
Right? And so yeah, and so Asher's the first one to get picked off. God, and he kind of goes. He goes. If you have like a needle like phobia,
It- right.
this is
Yeah.
another pretty decent kill because he gets a needle to the eye. Which was like that was also pretty gruesome. I was like, ugh. And like he strategically places him on like all the like this mountain of dead bodies,
Right. Yeah.
which I was like, geez, when is that gonna get found out? But yeah, no. And so outside, it's Brooke, Taylor, Quinn, or like suppose like they're supposed to be meeting up, but it's Brooke, Taylor, Quinn, and Natalie. But before what's it called, before anything else happens, one of the actor comes up like in this the fly costume and totally oh sorry before that, in the house with Natalie and Brooke and Taylor, they get another scare from the other, right? Because on the ride going there, Natalie ends up having to stick alone, and one of the actors like dressed up like the other,
Oh, right.
yeah, stays in there with her. And as soon as they get out, they're like, oh, like one of the actors is supposed to like freak out somebody that's sitting by themselves, and all these other people dressed up like him come out. And so that kind
Yeah.
of,
So then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now you don't even know. Now it was somebody following you, or do you just keep seeing
the same, or
this
like different
like
actors.
the costume of the night, and you just keep running into people wearing the same costume, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and so but like in the house again, she like Natalie has another run in with the other. He was like in one of the displays and kind of freaks her
yeah,
out. And so she like they run out again, and then like they meet up, kind of like conjugate, and this is where the fly actor comes to Natalie and like throws up guts at her,
yes,
slimes her, which I was like,
yeah.
again, I'd be angry again, you know?
Right, right. That is definitely like, yeah, like, hey, I signed the waiver that said you could touch me, not that you could barf on me.
And so Natalie and Brooke end up going to the bathroom, but Brooke is like, "I'll meet you outside again." You know, like they have like this little sweet talk about like like Natalie's like, "I'm sorry I've been so absent from your life. I just been kind of going through a lot. You know, school's been kind of kicking my butt, and I'm trying to." Again, not really explaining why Natalie's been so absent, but like, you can tell that there's this movie kind of leaves you wanting for that bit of like,
Right,
you know,
like
it's like a
a little
plot
more
hole.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like it feels like there's like a plot hole in this whole movie. But Brooke was like, it's fine, I get it. Like life kind of comes at you, and Natalie's like, hey, how about for the summer? Let's fucking go to Spain.
Right, right. You say I need a break. I agree. I need a break. We've always talked about going to Spain. We should just make it happen.
Right? And I was like, youth. The springtime of youth. Yeah, and like Brooke is super excited, and so like Natalie's like, all right, I'll meet you outside, and so like Natalie's kind of cleaning herself, and then there's like this a hair dryer that's like only for people that are 6'5" or 7'5" or something.
like to me it made it feel like, oh, and maybe where they're at in the summer it's a
Splash
water park.
zone. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, this must be the part of the park where there's like a splash. Like,
yeah,
yeah. And so, and Natalie's trying to like kind of dry off her hair, but all of a sudden the others like right there watching her dry her hair. and
yes,
and then he disappears, and Natalie is like going through the stalls trying to find a bathroom to use, but obviously it's an amusement park, so all the stalls are kind of gross, so she has to go through a couple. He's like, well, that one didn't flush, there's piss on that one. And so she goes into the bathroom, she starts texting Gavin like, hey, where are you? And all of a sudden, every time she texts, she hears a phone go off.
right in the bathroom there.
Yeah.
Yep,
And again, the other is there to freak her out, kind of instilling all this fear into her. She has to like kind of go underneath the stall. Again, disgusting.
so disgusting. Yep.
I mean, I guess it's better than a man's bathroom because man, some guys don't know how to aim. But then like she runs out and she finds Brooke and she's like screaming out of the bathroom because this guy palms her head like a basketball.
Right, yeah,
And so like, they get the security guard and like, they bring him in there and he's trying to explain like, oh yeah, this guy was like, he like physically like attacked me or whatever. But honestly, this is like one of the only times I've ever been on the side of a security guard.
right, right. Because he's like, no, you. I mean, like you're on. I understand you. He shouldn't be in the bathroom. That's kind of like the no go zone.
Yeah.
But you paid to be scared, and you can't really just call security every time you get scared.
He's like, I'm already busy as it is.
Yeah,
And like the other thing is like you don't have any descriptors for me. Like the description that you're giving me is like about 15 to 20 other employees.
right, right. And
And
he didn't assault you. He just
I
palmed the
mean,
top of your head and freaked you out. And that's basically what you signed the waiver to
yeah.
allow people to do.
And he's like, it's fucked up that he followed you into the bathroom or they followed you into the bathroom because you can't tell if this is a man or a woman. It's
Right,
messed up
right.
that happened. I'm really sorry, but without anything else, I can't do anything. I can't call the
Yeah,
cops. Yeah. And like Natalie's like, no, but this is real. And he's like, yeah, but like everyone else in this park is saying that.
right, right. Yep.
And so they end up having to leave the bathroom because obviously they're going nowhere with the security guard. But when they
Yeah.
get out, Quinn is there to meet them, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like Taylor like volunteered for this beheading.
Right, right.
And
Yeah, because
this,
she's like, I'm done. Let's leave.
yeah,
He's like, oh, we can't yet.
yeah, and so there's like this public beheading with horror legend Tony Todd.
Yep.
Which I was hoping because I heard his voice earlier in the movie and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't like a Final Destination 3 situation where you just hear his voice. Because his
Mm-hmm.
voice is playing at the beginning of the movie. But no, he's like out
Yeah.
here. He's like, oh, who shall we kill today? This young woman volunteered, and Taylor's super high for it. It's like this public like beheading that's gonna happen. They do it. They have like this prop of her head already.
Yep.
I guess they have like a prop like all right, long hair, girl with like shaved head, fade, ponytail guy, just a whole bunch of things. And but Natalie notices the executioner's boots, which she saw in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And so she tries to run up on stage, but security kind of stops her, and they do the head beheading. Tony Todd like picks up the head. It's like this fake head, but behind the screen or behind the curtains, like Taylor's like, "All right, man, come on, can you like let me go?" And the guy
Yeah.
is,
She's like, oh, that's my friend out there freaking out. Let me go see her.
yeah, sorry about her. She's like a wet blanket. But the dude does not let her go. He like pulls her up tighter, puts her head through the little hole, and tries to behead her.
Right.
But this is a prop like guillotine.
Yeah, yeah,
but it has enough weight to sort of cut into the nape of her neck.
right.
And he's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
So he
And he
goes,
goes, he feels the edge, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
this is
like,
the same.
prop. So he goes to like crank it back up, but when he looks back, she's gone. And so now, like, Taylor is running through the crowd. Quinn notices her running and starts to go after her to try to stop this guy or try to stop whatever's happening. Taylor's running through the crowd, kind of freaking out. Everybody thinks it's like a joke or it's a part of the show. Un-
Right. Yeah. Because there's a couple times you've seen people like super scared running out of the park and they're like, oh, they got her, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, they really
So
freaked
now
that
is
girl
this
out.
just another one who got scared is running?
Yeah, and unfortunately, when they catch up to the other and Taylor, or Quinn catches up to the other and Taylor, he like Sith Lord double taps both of them with the knife, and everyone thinks it's kind of like fake until it isn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so they completely dip out of there. Unfortunately, Brooke sees her boyfriend Quinn get murdered, and
Yeah.
Natalie drags her away. She's like, "We gotta run. It's too late for him."
Right. And it's not just the group. There's a handful of
Yeah, witnesses.
witnesses and passerbys that are getting shanked.
Yeah, he's completely like, well, cat's out of the bag. Gotta start killing as many as I can. Shank, shank,
Yep.
shank. But no, he still has his eyes locked on this girl that was calling people freaks.
Yep.
And so now he's chasing them into this haunted house. As they're running through the haunted house, Natalie notices that there's like little trip lasers around the haunted house. And so
Yeah. So as you walk into a room, you kind of like trigger the laser, and that makes that room activate.
yeah, and so Natalie notices that she's like, "Hey, we got to go back. We'll go hide in this closet and then maybe we can kind of sneak away from the entrance while he's trying to look for us."
Yeah, and we'll be able to hear him how far he's gone through the haunted house because every time he goes into a new room, it'll
Yeah.
activate.
Yeah, it'll
Um,
activate the room.
but he's heard that we were far up. If we go back a couple rooms without tripping the laser, then we can hide, and then he'll think we're farther, and we'll be able to have make a little space between us.
Yeah, but unfortunately when they get to the entrance, he's locked that entrance.
Yes.
And so yeah, and so like it's this whole cat and mouse situation where they're hiding until they get to the room where it's all like, oh well, Brooke does kind of get injured. She gets sliced right on her leg,
Yeah.
right? So kind of like now Brooke is like this dead weight. But no,
It's she's hobbling a lot for what it looked for what the little cut looked like.
yeah, but hey, like listen, I stubbed my big toe and I'm like, oh, the day's done.
I gotta go back. I gotta go to bed.
I gotta take a hot bath, to put the swelling down. But no, and so but like they're the final room. One of the final rooms that they get into is like this room of just black robed mannequins with white masks,
Yeah.
and it's like another nightmare that you could just have possibly.
Right, right. Yeah, because there's like a doll room.
Yeah,
There's yeah, like the laboratory, like different rooms they've gone through.
yeah, it's like
And super creative that way. Like, yeah.
yeah, but like this is like probably one of the most tense moments in there because like Brooke and Natalie are hiding with like these like robes and masks, and this the other is kind of in there looking for them. But then he opens the door to maybe he's thinking like, oh, maybe they've gone further, but it's a noise that he hasn't heard,
Yeah.
and so he goes back into the room, ends up stabbing one of the mannequins, and Natalie's able to kind of put like kind of like thwart him away.
She had picked up like a leg bone
Yeah,
off of a table in the laboratory. So she like kind of beats him a few times
until it
with
breaks.
this yeah like femur, and then yeah it breaks, but he falls down, and so they can kind of get
Oh yeah, Brooke is able to kind of hobble away because she's the injured one.
Yeah,
Natalie ends up kind of getting hit in the head with the butt of like an axe.
yeah,
And Brooke is trying to make her way out. She's tripping every wire at this point. Like, there's like this long hallway of like these doors popping out. It's like, it's a freaking clown. It's a escape convict or whatever. Like
yep.
escape mental patient or something like that. It's, and Brooke and Natalie ends up kind of going the other way, but she's able to like get slip into one of the doors, and before Brooke is about to get killed, the other doesn't care about these trip lasers. He's like activating each one, and in one of the
It's
rooms,
part of the scare.
it
Like you could hear him coming, so it makes it even more terrifying.
it reminded me of like, have you ever seen those hallway lights that are motion activated?
Oh yeah,
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 I'm never getting those, because it's like, what if I'm like super rich and I have like a house like that, and I'm like sleeping in my room, and all of a sudden I see lights pop open? No, no, just
right,
just
yep,
get me in the dark.
yeah,
But Brooke is able to stab him, and sort of like, what's it called, incapacitate him for a little bit. Where Natalie is able to take Brooke into the other hallway, and now the police are coming because obviously now there's like been a public murder.
right,
And so she's like, he's over there in the other hallway. Go get him. And the police are kind of going there. But as soon as they get into the hallway, there's just his blood and he's gone.
and he is gone.
Right. And now Natalie and Brooke are just like sitting at the steps with like, a blanket, like, the victim blanket. And a police officer comes and she's like, hey, I'm sorry we weren't able to catch him. Like, like.
Yeah, we're still looking, but we haven't found him yet.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden it cuts to a scene of like the radio talking about the events that happened at the Hellfest, and how it mirrored whatever happened at Orange Grove last year or a
Yep,
couple years ago. I don't know. I don't remember the exact wording. And this minivan is going to this house, and it's obviously the killers. He has like this little like cabinet of other masks, which I was like, oh, okay, those masks are way cooler. Like he had a Tengu mask. I was like, oh, that would have been so dope. And he has like other like little photo booth pictures
yeah,
and everything. And then he closes it. He walks into the house, and there's like this little girl just sleeping at the couch all by herself. And like it seems like, I was like, what's happening? And then like she wakes up and she's like, oh my gosh, daddy. And I
you're
was,
home.
yeah. And it was
How
just,
was your night?
yeah, she's like, what did you bring me? And I was just like, okay, now it's a 5'10" white male, brown hair.
Yep, yep.
And
And of course, he hands her the little toy that Gavin had dug out of the
oh
locker.
yeah, the little like scarecrow looking toy.
Yep.
And the movie ends there. One of the things I couldn't stop thinking about is like, how do you go to Spain after this?
Mm. Right, right.
All right, before we move on to what we liked about the movie, let's go to our other section: high star, low star. Kobe.
So we got a 10 out of 10. And it says, just hear me out. Okay, I've seen this movie 5 times in the last year, and I can't get enough of it. It's a classic slasher film that takes place in a horror amusement park, which is a fun niche. The sets are detailed and characters are fun. It's definitely a movie for younger audiences by the way the main characters banter, but also an innocent, don't go in there experience for those who are fans of the classics. The film has a really nice flow and isn't just constant tension. There's bits of humor mixed in, breaking up the suspense and promoting a realistic environment. The creepy antagonist is perfect for the film and will give you a good thrill. Great acting all around, at least for a slasher film. Why 10 stars? because I love it. Seriously, just give this movie a shot. If you like movies with fun friend groups, scares, suspense, stalkers, and of course, an increasing body count, this movie won't disappoint.
And then I have a 1 out of 10. Boring, scareless, and overall lazy. Please do not watch this movie. The only positive thing about this film is the set design. The rest is absolutely lazy filmmaking, full of jump scares and dialogue which sounds like as if it came from someone who never spoke to a different human being. It ruined a decent premise and is just a huge waste of time. Please do not watch this.
It's interesting how we both like mine was like, please just give it a chance, you'll like it. And yours is like, please don't watch it because you're not gonna like it.
This is like it's very rare that I have like I feel like 1 out of 10s are pretty fair, but there are some points in this film where I was just like when you're telling me this guy watched your 10 out of 10 watched it 5 times, I was like, maybe the first one is cool for me. I mean, what did you like about this movie, Colby?
Um, I like I said, like scenery. I thought it was a really the haunted houses themselves were very cool. Like it was great mood setting
Mm-hmm.
that way. I didn't have a problem with the actors. Like I thought they all bantered well together. They played the part. I like that you had a little bit of tension between the Taylor
Natalie.
and Natalie. So it wasn't just like all friends. And they try to get the little awkward romance kind of blossoming in there. Like the kills were at least two of them were pretty creative, pretty well done with the practical effects, the hammer and the
Yeah, which
syringe.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
so for me like God, like I really the movie is like what about an hour and 40 minutes,
yeah,
which I think is a pretty good sweet spot for a lot of movies. Um, as far as like I gotta like I side a little bit with the 1 out of 10 because one is just like we don't get enough context of these relationships between these friends. Like it would have been nice to see what the reason was Natalie was so distant from like her hometown, her friends, her best friend. And also
right,
it would have been nice to see why there was tension between Taylor and Natalie. Like
yeah.
a little bit.
And they really probably could have fixed that with like 2 minutes of conversation of them at the house when they first.
Yeah. Like like the whole like the reason why Natalie's been so distant could have been really easily fixed with some dialogue throughout the movie, and
Right.
then it could have been a nice little moment between Taylor and Natalie to just have like this moment where they kind of blow up at each other,
Right.
and then that could have fixed a lot of like the little plot holes. I mean, listen, I'm not looking at horror films looking for plot like a Christopher Nolan type plot, but it would be nice to know the motivations at least.
Yeah.
And another thing that I kind of would have fixed in this was just like, listen, if you're gonna have a this is in regards to like just plots, it's a very simplistic plot. Guy kills people at haunted house amusement parks. Really
Right. Yeah.
simple. What you got to do with that, right, is have amazing kills.
Yeah.
And so like and they really set you up for this, right? Because like the first kill like practical effects, really gruesome, and it's just like the guy's head pops like very gruesome.
Right. Oh no, that I loved. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, okay, cool, you had the syringe kill. Like everybody hates anything coming into their eye. It doesn't matter. Like it's one of the like the most vulnerable spots for a human being. Like, and so it just felt like they kind of either ran out of budget for like the last like Taylor and Quinn should have gotten really gruesome deaths,
Yeah.
right? Because then I feel like for like any kind of B movie type of thing, that's like those are the if you want to have the two best friends be your final girls, that's fine, but you gotta make these two kills super like just over the top.
Yeah.
Like if they had killed Taylor at the guillotine, right?
Oh,
Where
yes.
where her like they chop her head and then the blood sprayed onto the crowd and, and then her head rolled onto the floor. That would have been like it would have been like this whole shock factor. It would have sent the whole park into like this frenzy, and then you would have had
Right.
time. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Or if when he's in the back and he tries to drop the guillotine and
Yeah.
it just chops into her neck,
Yeah.
and then he like lifts it up and it's dull.
Yeah.
If he would have like got up on top of it and like
Oh.
and then like pushed it through,
Yeah.
like you could have got a good blood spray off of that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and it's like that's super reminiscent. Like it's a very Jason Voorhees type of kill,
Right. Yeah.
right? And then with Quinn, you could have done whatever, like you could have done whatever extravagant kill you needed to do with Quinn, and it would have been more meaningful if it was like a kill that he had to do that he had done while protecting Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like electrifying him or
Right.
something like that. And so like those are like I think those are the sort of little nitpicks I had where this could have elevated it from like here to like like a little below a B movie horror film into like oh that could possibly be like a cult B movie.
Right.
Like I don't want to go to like horror amusement parks because this could possibly happen. Because I think
Yeah, and it was like I was reading up on it, and apparently, like with the writer director, like the idea was he had already had like scripted out a prequel and a follow up movie, so
yeah.
this was like supposed to be like a trilogy, and it just unfortunately like it didn't get the budget or it didn't get the uh monetary amount to
Oh, to green
warrant.
light.
It's yeah,
And it's because I feel like he might have played it just a little too safe.
yeah.
And it's like, nah, you gotta go balls to the wall. Like, you don't have to be Terrifier.
Right. I was kind of thinking that, and it was like, yeah,
But like, if you're bringing this idea to like, oh, let's, because like one of the biggest things about like one of the long lasting effects that like good horror movies have is just like, oh, it makes people scared to do these like not normal things, but like these things, right?
right,
Like forever, how long did it take for people to want to go to the beach again after like Jaws?
right,
Or how scared were people to like answer the phone after Scream?
yeah.
Or, freaking, yeah, Jason Voorhees. How many people wanted to send their kids to fucking summer camp? All the counselors are doing nothing but debaucherous activities. And so I think this was like sort of just a little bit of a miss on a moment where you could have made horror amusement parks kind of scarier.
Yeah, and like you said, the the mask wasn't quite iconic enough
Yeah.
to like
To
because that's it's just people aren't going to be buying that for Halloween costume.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Who are you? Poor?"
Yeah,
You know, because like before Scream, the ghost face mask, you that was like just a mask.
right.
It was just a mask that you saw like at Spirit Halloweens or whatever was there before Spirit Halloween, like at
Yeah,
Party
yeah,
City or something. And then that movie kind of made it iconic. And I feel like this one again played it just a little bit safe with the mask. Like, no, you got to make it something. You got to make it stand out, which is like pretty difficult. Like, let's, I'll be like frank with that. Like, it is difficult to make something iconic now, especially in today's landscape of horror films. But you got to do something. You got to. That's gonna be your bread and butter. Like that's gonna be literally the face of the franchise.
yeah,
And then you
yeah,
learn that he changes mask every time. It's just like, oh, okay, so like that's also kind of scary too, because then you're like, okay, what mask? Like it makes masks scary.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like I enjoyed the premise of this movie. I enjoyed like the setup of everything. It's just there was just little bits of missed opportunity.
Right. I did like that they did not show his face at the end.
Yeah, I did like that as well because it's like it could. Well, I mean, now he's white, but but like it was like it's a very or it's a very Spider-Man situation, right? You don't know if he's white, black, Asian,
Right.
brown, whatever
Right. And the
shade of
mask
brown.
is easy to change. So now you're anybody in a
Could
haunted house who's wearing a mask could be him.
exactly, but the other glaring little tidbit I have is like, well, his blood is on the floor. Couldn't they just like run a check on that?
I, with the amount of people he killed, they probably would. But if he's never had gone been arrested and had the DNA, that there won't be anything to match it against. I
But
mean,
like,
there's not really a database out there for like, it's not like your dentist is like, let me scrape your tooth and then we'll put that DNA and now the police have it.
I know, but or like it's like what if you've like ever done blood work at the hospital? Is that like not gonna pay? I was like in my head, I was like, because I love like the like the crime podcast. Like
Right.
what's it called? Like that one girl, that one the what's it called? The Golden Gate rapist.
Mm,
I think he got caught because his daughter did a 23andMe.
okay.
Yeah, and he like people were like he got found out when he was like 75. He was a retired police officer. So
Oh,
so just like
wow.
like I was like, well, they have his blood, so they could possibly try to do something with that, but yeah, let's not get into like logistics.
Yeah, right. So serial killers don't send your DNA off to get cataloged.
Yeah, don't let your kids do 23andMe's. That's just putting your blood in a DNA base. Come on, guys.
Right.
But we're coming up to the end of the episode, so I just want to make sure that everyone checks out all the rest of our Halloween months, as well as our holiday months.
Yeah. We got so much stuff. Um, like we have Danny Trejo month. We got Monster Love Story. We've got ninja movies. We got Bounty Hunter month. Movies about obsessions. We got Shakespeare inspired. Uh,
We definitely have something for you guys. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, first of all, thank you. And we do our reviews in 4 different sections where you have stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and the Ultimate Box collection. Kobe, where are you at for this one?
um, if they did a trilogy, I'd probably go blocks. Um,
Yep.
get them all together. But I feel like probably DVD is about
Where
where this lands.
that's where you're gonna be. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, for me.
Oh man, honestly, like the issues that I had brought up kind of bothered me as I was watching this movie, because one thing that you don't want when you're watching a movie is to get kind of bored,
Mm.
especially a horror film. And I did kind of find myself in that situation. I mean, I still like, if you love horror films, if you love Halloween themed films, I still say watch this movie. But for me, I would go stream it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, it's like it's one of those things, because it's like it's one of those movies where like I wanted it to be so good.
I,
Yeah.
I actually I did not. I looked at like the page when you said this
Yeah.
because I was like, have I seen this? And then I looked at the page and I was like, oh no, I've definitely not seen this. So I tried not to. I didn't watch any like previews or anything afterwards. Like when I'm kind of like revamping the movie, getting it fresh for the evening, I watched the trailer, and the trailer is like an 80s horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it they like grit up the film quality and everything.
Oh,
Like,
like they gave it that
and
VHS filter.
yeah, oh my goodness. It whoever did that is amazing because it's I was like watching that trailer. I was like, I want to watch this movie again now. Like, wow.
I know sometimes I
This
feel
looks like
like
it would be. Did I missed something? What Peacock cut something out? What?
I feel like sometimes like trailer editors should just be the main editor.
I, right?
And one thing I will say is I did like the ending where like you find out that this guy has a family.
I,
So like it definitely implants that seed where like, oh, this could be like any freaking well-adjusted individual on the outside, and it's just like it could be anybody who has like these deep rooted urges.
right. Yeah.
And so like, sorry, I forgot to
And
like talk about that.
yeah, somebody else also had mentioned that, like when I was looking through, all of the girls that he tracked and killed
Yeah.
were all like brown hair, same kind
Mm,
of body shape, height kind of thing. And then like when the girl's kind of drying her off her hair after she gets slimed, and he's
yeah.
like reaching for her, it makes it feel like personal, like
Yeah,
that is my type, and that is
it's like he's like killing his wife or his ex-wife over and over
right.
again,
Something like
or his
exactly, yeah.
mom or something like that. Just this deep rooted hatred for
Yep.
Caucasian brunette women that are like between 5'6" to 5'10". Oh man. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out links down below where we have all of our socials.
Yep. And we got all our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. And like I said, well, got good drink recipes that we're doing off of our movies. I will try to destroy my liver for your guys' entertainment and get more of those up quicker.
Hey, you gotta pair those with cheeses too.
Oh,
I think you missed the mark right there.
right. Do a crossover.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.